Hey everyone, this is old NOZ482 once again here with the Yu-Gi-Oh video. I don't know if anyone noticed, there was a big announcement this Monday night. They announced one of the promos for the 2012 Collector's Tins, the ones that come out August 14th. More specifically, they announced a promo for Heroic Champion Excalibur. If you buy the tin, not only are you getting a Zen Mains, and a Heroic Champion Excalibur, and a Blizzard Princess, but who cares about that? You're also getting a Wind-Up Rabbit, okay? Now, what is Wind-Up Rabbit? Well, let me tell you. Not only is Wind-Up Rabbit a key part of the Wind-Up deck, well, here's what it does. Alright, Beast Warrior. During either player's turn, you can target one Wind-Up monster you control, banish it until your next standby phase. This effect can only be used once while this card's face up on the field. 14 attack, gets around Bottomless Trap Hole, 3 stars, Earth. 1600 or 600 defense. Why do you use this? Well, you use it in windups, but it can also be used in beast stun decks if you're running closed forests or something like that. Gets around macro. It's good for macro monarchs, usable for beast stun, so not just for windups. But let me show you what it can do in windups. Oh, one last thing though. One more super rare slot, promo slot for Excalibur. For that tin, and we have 2 slots left for Dolka. So how, fitting would it be if for the Dolka tin they give us Rescue Rabbit? Why not? They're already giving us Wind-Up Rabbit. It came out in a similar set around the same time. And then I'm guessing Scrap Dragon Maxi. That'd be awesome. Or it could be Elemental Hero Nova, but speculation, this video is not the place for speculation. There you go. Alright, so this is Tyler Tabman's wind-up deck. That he won nationals with. And yes, okay, net decking on all that, but hey, I play to win, and this is a good teaching strategy because you can see, what won the highest prize in North America, and then you can dissect it and, play around with it. It's a good learning experience. So, first off, we have 3 Effect Veiler. Crucial in today's meta. Next you have Gores, big defense, enough said. Then you have Sangan, allows you to search for anything in this deck except for Gores. Next you have 1 Spirit Reaper. Tyler, I believe, tech this in first off because it's level 3. Secondly, you can stall with it. It's pretty good, especially if, your hand's clogged or something like that. I mean, Reaper's awesome. Plus, in your extra, you have Reaper on the Nightmare, so we'll get to that in a minute. Next, you have your 3 Tour Guide. Helps you make your carrier, get your engine going. Helps you make any rank 3 exceed. Great card. Probably not going to get hit because Japan doesn't have this yet. Right now it's around 22 bucks. I'm waiting for it to dip to maybe a little bit under 20. Then I'm going to snap my other 2 up. Next, you have Hunter for the infamous wind-up hand loop. People know what this does. 1600 attack. You can bottomless it, but you're never really going to use it other than decimating the opponent's hand. Next, you have 2 Wind-Up Magician. This thing's a level 4. If the effect of a Wind-Up monster is activated except Wind-Up Magician, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Wind-Up monster from this deck. In face-up defense position, this effect can only be used once while this card is face-up on the field. 600 attack, fat butt, 18 defense. If you have this and you have Wind-Up Shark, you have game, pretty much. Alright, hopefully it'll reconnect me. Technical issues. See, they try to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me. Yeah, very funny. Anyways, Magician. You have this in Shark, you have game. You can go for whatever you want. Next, you have your 3 Rabbit. Level 3, good floater, and it can help you reset your effects if you have to. Also, you summon this, your opponent Tarantulas or something, use Rabbit's Eye. Great, glad it's getting... next, 3 Rat. This is the... hopefully it'll work. This is the pulse of this deck. Alright, well, what Rat lets you do is... Yeah, here we go. Rat, 600 attack, 600 defense. During your main phase, you can target 1 wind-up monster in your graveyard, change this face-up attack position card to face-up defense, special summon that target in face-up defense. This effect can only be used once while this card's face-up on the field. Basics of Rat Swarming, you have so many level 3s here, and you can even get your Shark, and we'll get to Shark in a minute. And then you can just go for your 3s immediately. Great card. Also, helps you swarm with Zen Mighty. The worst thing in the world is to open up with multiples in your hand. 1 is good, 1 starts the loop, but you have more than 1, you can't special summon from your hand with Carrier, so we'll get to that in a second. Next you have your 3 Shark. This is a TCG exclusive, unlikely to get hit, get them while they're hot. They're going to go up. When a wind-up monster is normal special summon on your side of the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, you can activate one of these effects, increase this card's level by 1, or you can reduce this card's level by 1. So just with this card, you now have access to more rank 3s, rank 4s, and rank 5s. Versatility. Versatility. This is the brain. This is the card that makes it work. The versatility. You combine this with Magician. You summon Magician. Special summon Shark. Magician's effect goes off because you used Shark's ability. That's a wind-up effect. Special summon any other wind-up you want. Proceed to go for whatever you want to dominate the game. Next, you have your spells. Book of Moon, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm. I shouldn't need to explain these. Next, you have 2 Instant Fusion because you're running 1-3 and 1-5 in your extra. So you can go for your more rank 3s or a rank 5. Pay 1,000 life points, special summon a 5 or lower fusion monster from your extra deck. Fusion monster special summoned by this effect cannot attack. It's destroyed during the end phase. Only 1 instant fusion can be activated per turn. Kind of a steep payment, 1,000 life points, but you get your extra summon and you can start swarming even more. 1 mind control because you can exceed with 3s, 4s, and 5s. Thanks to Wind Up Shark. Good card. Gets rid of threats. Just physically removes them. Next you have Reborn. You know what this does. 3 MST. Great for pop and defense. You side these out against Chaos Dragons, obviously. 1 Pot of Avarice. Great mid-game to late-game draw engine. Reload, redo it all again. Hit their hand again. Who cares? Factory. Keeps your engine going, okay? And it's stackable. If you have multiple copies, they activate not together, but one at a time. So once per turn, if the effect of a wind-up monster is activated, except during the damage step, add 1 level 4 or lower wind-up monster from your deck to hand. Get any wind-up you want. So what you can do is Magician, Shark, open with Factory, play Factory, Magician, Shark. You are now adding 2 cards. If you have 2 of these, you might only just have 1. You can only add 1 since this is once per turn. Great stuff, great stuff. Keeps your engine rolling. Good stuff. Only problem is you might open with more than 1 of these in hand and not enough wind-ups, but you can mitigate that easily. Next you have your traps. Defense, 2 Bottomless Trap Hole. There's nothing this deck hates more than Thunder King YuGiOh. Next you have your 1 Mirror Force. Great trap. Pretty much the most basic YuGiOh trap there is. Then you have your Negators. You have your Solemn Judgment and your 2 Warning. You know what these do. And you have 2 Torrential. Because you don't care if you go to grave necessarily because you can just summon Rat and use this effect and keep exceeding. Next, we'll go into our extra. We'll get to the side in a second. You have your 3 and you have your 5. Also, you can Reborn, Reaper on the Nightmare, and start hitting cards from hand. Great thing. We're going to go highest to lowest. We got your 5s. Adris, Keeper of Armageddon, and you have Tiras, Keeper of Genesis. You know what this does. You're more likely to go for Tiras first. Alright, then you have your 4s. You have Utopia, and you have Pearl. Utopia, because, standard 25, great beater. It gives you breathing room. And I like Pearl. That's a personal choice on my part because it's 26. Can get over your opponent's Utopia. Wonderful card. Then you have your 3s. Well, let's start it off. Zen Mains, you know what this does. Good reprint. Good to get. Good card. Next you have your 3 Zen Mighty. Even if Hunter gets hit, you're still going to run 3 Zen Mighty because you're still going to be special summoning. 15 Monster Machine, you know what this does. Or actually, you don't. Detach a material, special summon a wind-up from your hand or deck when this face-up wind-up monster on the field is just when a face-up wind-up monster on the field is destroyed and sent to grave. Detach a material to target that monster, return it to hand. Can save your guys, but you're going to be using it for the special summon effect. Next for your 3s, you have Tempo. Good card. Check videos. It's very good. You should have at least 1. Then you have Acid Golem. You're getting Skill Drain. Boom, Acid Golem. Hit him in the face. 3k. Giga Brilliant, even though you're not running BLS, which you might if Hunter gets hit, because you're running enough lights and darks and you can exceed for whatever you want. Good way to keep an OTK going. Next you have your Leviathan Dragon, standard 25 to 3k if you have to be. Can't attack your opponent directly when it's at 3k, but that's fine. And you have your Leviair. Your opponent's banishing you. Leviair, get your stuff back. Special summon multiple times. Next you have your side deck. 1 Kaiko, puts in work against Chaos Dragons. Then you have 2 Max C. I won't be able to afford this, but if it gets reprinted, I'm definitely going to main him too. Since I don't have it, I don't know, Reckless Greeds maybe? Something like that. Great in the mirror, great against Heretics, you know what to do. Snowman Eater, great against Chaos Dragons, and great against Heroes. And it's 3, so you can keep plussing. or you can keep special summoning. 3D Fissure, because all your material is being detached. All your monsters are treated as Exceed material when they're detached. They're unaffected by Dimensional Fissure. They're treated as cards, not as monsters. So if you have Macrocosmos out, okay, they'll be banished, but with Fissure, they won't be touched. Great against Dark Worlds, and great against Chaos Dragons or Chaos Meta, something like that. You have run 3 of these. One Soul Taker, I only have one. Gets rid of the Shining, gets rid of pretty much anything under the sun, and it stops Light Pulsar's effect from triggering. Worth it. 1,000 life points, good payment. One Chain D, I actually might up this to 2 if I can't get my hands on a Max C. Good against Inzectors. 2D Prison, if the guy's playing Karakuris or something that's all battle related and you can't bottomless him, or he's just hitting you a little too fast, get the D Prison. Good against heroes. 1 Dust Tornado Tecton, extra pop and back row. I can see why he did it. It's a good idea. And 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror stops Inzectors and stops Dark World. That's pretty much the deck. Okay, yeah, it's a neck deck, but hey, I like to win. I have all this. The only thing I'm gonna need is the 3 Rabbit and 2 more tour guides. Once my other stuff came in, I got all of the stuff on eBay right now for under 40 bucks. It's your time to buy these because windups will be going up. I can guarantee it. They will be increasing in price because they're so effective. Even with Hunter gone, if Hunter gets hit, it won't be that big of a deal. You can still Exceed. It's basically like a big Synchro deck, but for Exceeds. So that's my review. This is NOZ482. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and give me some likes so I know that you like these types of videos and I should be making more of them. Thanks, and peace.